Here we are, lass. Thee stick with me, I'll get thee through this. Mary Farmer clung to my arm and I peered at the church. Digger and Edward lifted Mam down from the cart, ready for various men from the village to carry it inside. Robert Grange, William Smith, Thomas Fuller and George Weaver, our closest neighbours. I took a deep breath and followed them into the plain, single-storey stone building with the steps so worn they were more like a ramp. It were cold inside, despite the July sun. Or maybe that were me, still ice, still cracking, but still in one piece. I sat on the front pew, Mary Farmer beside me, mercifully quiet now, and sniffed. I used the sopping rag that had been a handkerchief, but it were not much use now. I could not bear to wipe my face on Mam's shawl. Did everyone know I were wearing her clothes? And what did they think of me if they did? Mam were not even in her grave yet. The curate, a young dark-haired lad who had grown up in Fewston, started the service. I tried to listen, but I could not tear my attention away from the box in front of me. Mam. Then I heard what he was saying, and the cracks widened. Merciful God! Merciful God! What kind of merciful God would drown Mam in the sheep pit? Mary Farmer tried to pull me back down onto the pew, shushing me. I had not realised I was stood, but I could not stop. What kind of merciful God would inflict the bloody flux on her husband? What kind of God would take Mam and Pa away? What kind of God is that? My sobs pierced the shocked silence that followed, and Mary Farmer finally managed to sit me down. She's distraught, poor lass, don't take no notice. She's distraught, she told the congregation. Carry on, curate, carry on. We moved to the graveyard, and Mam was sunk into a great hole. Then Mary Farmer led me away as she were covered up. At home the stench hit me as we walked through the door. Pa were the same. My sobs tore the cracks inside me further apart. John Farmer went home. Mary Farmer stayed. The next morning I were alone. I do not know when Mary Farmer had left. She must have waited until I slept. I dragged myself out of bed and went to clean Pa. It were for the last time. The bloody flux were not always a killer, but to survive it you needed strength, and Pa's strength had drowned in the sheep pit with Mam. There would be another funeral this week.